Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the entire JTech community, and especially the class of 2020, it is my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our 5th annual commencement exercise. I know how excited you are to be here, and I can only imagine how anxious you are to leave. I'd like to take a few minutes, and I've mentioned my dad already twice here this evening. I'm going to mention my mom. She and I were speaking in the ante room. Is that a little bit better? Speaking in the ante room a few minutes ago, and she used the word historic, and I had not put that word together with this evening. And I think probably everyone in this room will join with me and her in knowing that tonight is historic for a whole hell of a lot more reasons than when we normally gather annually for these commencement exercises. For those of you in the room that do not know this, this is our 3rd attempt at our 5th annual commencement exercises. To suspend or postpone one set of exercises is heartbreaking. To do it twice is unfathomable. To do it 3 times would have been unconscionable. And so, as this pandemic increases or spikes, as they say, we gave thought to once again postponing these exercises. Those around me, my management team, I would like to thank them. They were the ones that kept me off the ledge from postponing tonight's event. With that being said, it's my honor to open this commencement exercise of 2020. I'm going to ask that you remain standing again for the presentation of colors by the First Coast High School Navy Junior ROTC, followed by the National Anthem. Singing the national anthem is Ashley Craig, and it should be recognized that Ashley Craig is a proud partner of our own Danny Stokes. Ashley?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrecked alive, the bombs bursting in air,
about one last round of applause for Ashley Craig, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to invite Pastor McKenzie to the stage. Pastor McKenzie, are you with us here? All right. So Pastor McKenzie's been our longtime pastor here. He does both the invocation and the benediction for us. And he's with Hope Lutheran Church. He brings a flair to his opening and closing prayers, and we enjoy having him every year. Pastor McKenzie, come on to the podium, sir.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Jones, the board of directors, the faculty, the staff, graduates, family members, and friends. Thank you for the privilege and honor of being part of your special evening. My wife, Dr. Nelson McKenzie, who had some of you as her students when she taught at J-Tech, unfortunately is ill this evening. She couldn't be here, but she sends her blessings and her sincerest and heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Before I do the invocation and prayer, I'd just like to say a few words. One of the major or prevalent themes in the Bible is preparation, the importance of being prepared. And as I have been on the face of this earth for a number of years, I've noticed that those people who are properly prepared are people who have goals. They strive for those goals. They reach those goals, they achieve those goals. And so when you graduates decided to step foot on the campus of J-Tech, you had a goal in mind, and that was to be properly prepared for a particular vocation where you could earn a livable wage and also make a valuable contribution as men and women to society. And you've been prepared through your hard work, through the vision of this educational institution, through the instruction and life experiences of your instructors and teachers. And as we gather here this evening, this is the culmination. This is the celebration of your preparation. Look at the person next to you and say, I'm grateful that I'm prepared and I'm gonna party this evening. Woo! And isn't it awesome that even COVID couldn't keep us away? And especially during this pandemic, we need these times of celebration. So we celebrate your major victory and accomplishments this evening. And let us pray here. Lord God, Heavenly Father, we give you thanks and praise for the administration, for the board of directors, for the teachers, for the staff, for the encouragers of J-Tech, that through hard work and through instruction and the sharing of life experiences, these men and women are properly prepared not only to earn a livable wage, but to make a valuable contribution to society. And so, Lord God, just bless this evening as we celebrate their major victory. And so we ask all this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and all of God's people said, Amen.
I told you he brought a certain flair, and he didn't disappoint. I'm going to ask that everyone in the room, you may now be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, today is the day it all comes together, the culmination of sacrifice and hard work. For many of you, today would not be possible had it not been for the encouragement and support of family and friends. Without them, achieving a college education would have only been a dream. Let us take a moment to give them the recognition that they so deserve. Would the family members of today's graduates please stand and be recognized by the class of 2020. is more than a celebration of your achievement. It is a celebration of teaching and learning. It takes a skilled professional to effectively transfer knowledge from the textbook to the student. The memories of your teachers will endure long after the excitement of today passes. And when you leave us, take comfort in knowing that your faculty has prepared you well for whatever lies ahead. I ask the members of the faculty to please stand and be recognized by the graduates. For those faculty, you may be seated. For the faculty who have, and I will remind the folks in the audience that we have not held a commencement now for 18 months. So we have with us tonight graduates who actually completed their studies 15 months ago. And they waited this long to be recognized by the institution, by their peers, and most importantly by you. For the faculty who haven't heard this, it's important that I recognize our faculty in a special way like I do every year. Because I don't think probably the folks in the audience realize the number of hours that our faculty are called upon to be on point each and every week. What I mean by that, and without disparaging different types of institutions or disparaging different types of faculty, there's a lot of faculty members that get to come in at 10 a.m., leave at 2, write a couple books, be published, have graduate assistants working for them and teaching their classes. Not our faculty. Our faculty spend at minimum 33 to 35 hours on the platform per week, edutaining, if you will, our students. It is something that does not fall on me lightly, nor should it on you. Yes, we have 4 11-week quarters, and those faculty members have to be on point for 44 weeks out of the 52. But what I mean by that is they are constantly being evaluated by our students, your graduates, as well they should be. As well they should be. However, they rise to the occasion each and every day. They don't get to have a bad day. They don't get to have a bad attitude. They don't get to say, my dog ate my homework. They have to perform. And when you're on that platform, ladies and gentlemen, perform they do. So my special recognition from Greg Jones to all of you, members of our instructional staff, faculty members. I don't say it enough. Thank you. Thank you from me to you. Mr. Vaughn, you have a fan. Before I recognize the administration, let me also say this to the ladies and gentlemen in the audience. I know that COVID has put a certain mask upon us this evening. It's done that to our entire lives. I'd like to remind family, friends, and loved ones, as well as the graduates, this is not a somber event. This is a celebration, and this is a commencement of the rest of your careers, graduates. So when we do the conferring of the degrees, all of your graduates will receive a professional photograph here on stage. But if you want to come up and photograph your graduate, you are more than welcome to do so. If you want to cheer as loud as you possibly can, you're not only welcome, but you're encouraged. This is Jones Technical Institute. While yes, it's an institution of higher education, it's a fun place to go to school. It's family governed. It's a family lighthearted atmosphere. And so I want to make sure and take that moment that folks in the audience don't think that this is certainly not a funeral. This is a celebration. Lastly, countless employees have worked behind the scenes to make your experience at JTech as seamless as possible. Our staff has been with you every step of the way. I'm asking that the administrative staff please stand and be recognized by the class of 2020. Let me take a moment to introduce those on the stage with me this evening. In the front row, from left to right, is Donald Jones, Vice President and General Counsel of Compass Rose Foundation. Our commencement speaker, Chip Hanley, Vice President of Customer Service at Ring Power Corporation. A new member to our team is Dion Thornhill, our Director of Education. Again, left to right, Amy Hammond, our Vice President. And again, another new addition, Dr. Greg Myers, our Director of General Education.
Yes.
At this time, thank you, Danny. At this time, I would like to ask the employers of our graduates to stand and be recognized. Thank you, employers, for sharing this day with us. It means a great deal to our graduates, and we are always honored to have you. So I have the honor and privilege of introducing our founder. And I've recognized my mother here this evening. My father is to my right. My left, your right. I thought it was important, and I believe it was Shantae Turnwall, our Dean of Students, who thought it was important that, particularly this year, we reflect on what this commencement means to all of you, to us as an institution, and most importantly to our graduates. So we've asked Mr. Jones here this evening. We look at him, he is our founder, he is our patriarch. I have had the pleasure of working at Compass Rose Foundation for almost, next month it'll be 25 years. Before then, he had a long history of working in the post-secondary sector at a number of institutions. But always, Compass Rose Foundation he was always at the helm of Compass Rose Foundation, and he and his teams, including this one, have been responsible for conferring, I would have to say, at least tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of graduates of degrees to Floridians for at least, if I'm doing my math correctly, for at least the last 35 years. 45 years, forgive me. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Donald Coleman Jones. He's our founder, our vice president. Mr. Jones, let's come up and say a few words.
Well, Greg stole my line because I think we have more here than most Jaguars games, and the thing that I'm really impressed with is that none of you are cardboard. I mean, you're all people. I will be brief and succinct and start by recognizing all of you for having literally the courage and perseverance, the graduates, to having the perseverance of waiting 3 iterations of graduations that we had to cancel, and the perseverance and courage to even come here with our mask and our social distancing. And on that note, I'll be brief about our history. My family has been involved in Jacksonville education since 1918. And I won't dwell too much on that period of time because none of us in this room remember 1918. I hope not. But in 1918, with the end of World War I, my grandmother set up in her boarding house in Springfield, north part of Jacksonville, a school for young ladies in stenographic work, because at that time Jacksonville had already emerged as a transportation hub, and it clearly is a transportation hub in Florida today. And with the executives of the railroads coming into Jacksonville, and needing stenographic work and secretarial assistance, my grandmother, who was very, very courageous, stood no more than 5 feet in height, partially raised me. That's why I have a bald spot on the back of my head, because she would thump me with a thimble every time I would go astray. She was that type of individual. Well, the family started in providing two things that I will never forget, and they're immutable principles of what we are today. We have two customers. It's strange for an institution to say customers. Our first customer, of course, would be our students, our graduates, and they come first. That was the first principle my grandmother taught me. And the second is that our second customer is the employer, and I want to just weigh a little bit on that importance. I'm glad Greg asked the employers in the audience to stand up and be recognized. Because for 102 years, my family has reached into the communities where it has done educational training and some education, if you will, and we've always looked at the marketplace. And the marketplace tells us what to offer and how to offer it. And we offer it in the how dimension by reaching out to the employers and asking, what do we need to do to assist you, and what are the great trends and what are the great dimensions that we must follow? Because the employer is our customer, and we prepare you and unleash your potential to exercise that potential with our employers. On that, I want to pause and forget history, because that's going to bore you, and the children will fall asleep and the babies will cry. And I want to be brief. So I want to share with you, as a member of our Board of Trustees, some of the things that we've been doing. And my wife said that this is an historic event. Yes, it's short history, because we've been here 5 or 6 years with JTech, but many, many decades before that with other institutions. What we see today, and it's old hat now, is a skills gap. In fact, I don't even like the word trade technical. I would prefer just to use technical. And I hope in the next 4 or 5 years, Chip and Ring Power and Cummins and Volvo Mac and all of the other employers that we will affect take a look at enlightened technicians, because that's exactly what we hope we've trained you to be, and we hope that that enlightenment is going to provide you with some great mobility, not only in purpose of life, but sure, in salaries and wages and in benefits. Because I see, and I have seen for years, there's a nobility in working with one's hands. And today, that nobility transcends and comes to the brain. And I'm looking at the graduates wondering how many of you had to work harder through the electrical processes of what we're doing. Pretty difficult. And what are we going to do about the electrical vehicle? And what's going to happen with powertrains? And how are we going to cope with going green when we have huge diesel engines that provide a tremendous amount of torque and drive 18-wheelers across this country? And how are we going to stay up with those 18-wheelers when they break down? And how are we going to adjust ourselves to the omnipotent computer? Because that is not going to stop. And so what we've done at JTech on Western Way is, yes, we're spending about $6 million in revamping much of the building. And I suspect Greg will spend another $1 million with the equipment that we have to fortify that building with. And we have to spend time with our faculty to imbue them and enlighten them with all of the new trends that are going on. And that's what we see in the future, and that's what we're about, and that's what we're going to be about. I feel like Martin Luther King. I don't know if I'm going to be there when my son reaches what is one of my dreams, but I can assure you that I will turn in my grave if JTech doesn't become the premier technical training institution for Northeast Florida. And I see that thank you. I see that we have to affect our employers, and I don't know where she is. Danny Wampler is probably the individual that is developing, wherever you are, Danny, God love you. She's developing our institutional reaching program to employers. We kind of hope, Chip, that maybe you and the other employers might give some thought to the skills gap and perhaps help our graduates in the future with removing or deferring some of their student loan debt, and perhaps giving them an opportunity to work while they're going to school, and take them into your fold, not only while they're working, but after they graduate. That's some of the things we wish to do. We're adding marine and RV technologies. Greg tells me that we've been recognized by the president of Yamaha USA as a Yamaha university capable of offering instruction in all 4 of their engine block classifications. What that means beyond me, I'm not sure, but it sounds impressive. And it's wonderful to have Volvo Mac. We're one of 3 institutions. One of 3 institutions in the United States that it has been recognized to provide, I'll call, postgraduate training for our diesel technicians. I have on the drawing board, and it's been approved by our Board of Trustees, we have welding coming forth, and we have HVAC with both residential and commercial. I hope those 2 programs grow with a lot of bountiful rewards for the graduates and for the employers. We scratch our head on what type of information technology we're going to have to offer. We understand that in Jacksonville, we're a huge distribution center. If you stop and think about logistics, far beyond truck driving, logistics has to control the delivery and the care of goods from the point of manufacturing to the point of ultimate usage. And the computer is a big player in that. Finally, we've been looking at what you've been reading in the newspapers, and it's not Lot J. What you're reading in the newspapers is perhaps what I remember as a kid to be the old Cecil Field and the discussion of horizontal takeoff for space exploration. And here we are in Jacksonville, and south of us in St. Augustine, we have some marvelous manufacturing technological companies coming online. And so we're looking at manufacturing technology. And that's awfully expensive. And so, Danny, I'll be happy to go with you. You have to give me a few minutes because I'm 77, but I'll get in the car with you and we'll go to these manufacturing technology concerns, and we'll be looking for sponsorship because that equipment is awfully expensive. But I see that in the future for us. I see a lot in the future. And I will close now by saying on the, I guess, not the eve of the end of the pandemic, but again, thanks for your courage and perseverance, and I mean this very sincerely in this time of trouble, particularly with our health. I wish all of you Godspeed. Thank you very much.
My pleasure to introduce once again Dion Thornhill, your Director of Education. I believe it's time to go ahead with your applause. Dion, I think it's time for you to come up here and introduce Mr. Hanley.
Good evening, everyone. All right, let's try this again. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, let's wake up a little bit out there. Come on, we're at a graduation. All right, so let's try this again. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, okay. My name is Dion Thornhill. I am the new Director of Education at Jones Technical Institute. I don't believe any of you know me, and for the the small portion of individuals that do know me, and I've had an opportunity to work with during their time in school, I couldn't have chosen a better institution to come and be a part of. Just a little bit of background about myself. I started out in the technical field around 10 years ago. And I sat in a seat just like you in 2012, coming out of graduation, and I graduated at that time as a welder. I went into the industry in Oklahoma and worked as a technical sales engineer for Lincoln Electric. But I wanted more. I didn't want to just be a technical sales engineer. What I wanted to do is get to a point where I had an opportunity to give back, because I see exactly where the skills gap is at, where the companies are headed, and the individuals like you in this seat that they need in order to continue to manufacture, produce, to diagnose. And so I started on my mission to get into higher education. I decided a long time ago that in order for me to do the things that I needed to do, I needed to put myself in a position to help those that were coming behind me. I needed to do what we say in our fraternity, uplift as I climb. So what I impart on each of you, today may be the day that you graduate, but this is not the end of your education. I'll say that again. Today may be the day that you graduate, but this is not the end of your education. I need you to continue to strive towards greatness. I need you to think about, from this point forward, everything that you do has to be done with intent. You have to walk, you have to move, you have to be with purpose. If you are not doing things with purpose and intent, then you're doing it for naught. So these organizations that you work for, you make them invest in you. You make them see what you are capable of. You don't just rest on being a technician. You want to be a master technician.
Yeah.
And once you get your master technician certification, then you want to be in management. And once you move from management, maybe then you want to be an owner. But you do not stop at this point here. You've come too far, and I want to continue to see you grow, thrive, and prosper. So, without further ado, what I'd like to do is invite Dean Thornhill up to the stage. Dean Thornhill and I are going to pass out or call out student awards. Today, we are going to honor a few people, and I'll let Ms. Thornhill step in and explain to you exactly what's going on.
When you all began this journey, you committed your time and energy to learning and developing your craft. Though the world has made change, your dedication to your studies will serve you well as essential workers. So I have the pleasure of acknowledging those with the most outstanding academic achievement. Will all of our honors graduates please stand and be recognized? Number for this class. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Thornhill, and we are going to start talking about some of the awards that I know you all have been waiting for. Best in Class and Top Tech.
Thank you, Ms. Thornhill. Well, first of all, I would like to speak on the Top Tech Award. The Top Tech Award is presented to you by NAPA, which is a proud partner of Jones Technical Institute. NAPA has been with us since the inception of this institution, and for that, I would love for the two gentlemen that are here representing NAPA to stand up so we can give them a round of applause. Well, there are four gentlemen. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for the support. And thank you for being NAPA. That's a commercial. So, the Top Tech Award that we are going to present is voted by the faculty. So the faculty got together, they looked at all of the skills of the individuals that are up for the Top Tech Award. They looked at their attitude, and most importantly, they looked at their leadership potential. As I stated earlier, I'm new here. So the individuals that will be receiving this award, I don't think it is in my best interest to call their names out or speak to these guys and females about their award. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call up two instructors to the podium to call out the awards and speak to those individuals. The first individual I'd like to call up is Steve Hageman. Next individual I would like to call up is Robert Bobby Vaughn. As I stated, these two gentlemen will present the award for NAPA Top Tech.
Good evening. I know you're tired of hearing people talk, and the lower on the totem pole you are, the less time you get, so I won't be too long. My name's Steve Hageman, also known as Mr. Hageman, Mr. H, and probably several other names around campus, but we won't go into that. I'm an instructor on the automotive side, automotive instructor. I've been in the business for 30 plus years, so I know you're thinking can't be. Yeah, I started when I was a toddler, so. Been doing it a while, and I've ran the gamut working in dealerships. I've been a technician, I've been a service manager, parts and service director, dispatcher. And this class we've got this year, not just the ones that I'm about to bring to attention, but there's a lot of terrific individuals in several of these classes. And what I'm going to do, tonight we're presenting the Best in Class Award, okay, for the Auto Diesel program. Best in Class honors tonight's students that achieved academic excellence, exceptional attendance, while serving as a leader amongst their peers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the best in class of each class, and if you guys would, when your name is called, please stand up and remain standing until I get through all five for the 5 classes we're going to cover. Then Mr. Vaughn will do the diesel, and then I'll come back. We'll do top tech for automotive, and Mr. Vaughn will do top tech for diesel. And we'll have you guys come up to the stage, and you're going to be presented with one of these toolboxes, these awesome toolboxes from NAPA. I guarantee it's better than what I started with. That's a nice little gift. So, without any further ado, for the fall 2019 class, it was my honor and pleasure to have him in several of my classes. I think he's probably the envy of a lot of the students, and I know the faculty think extremely highly of him. He is a leader among his peers. Fall 2019 is Sean Horton. Okay, for the spring of the 2020 class is Cole Flora. Summer of 2020, it's good to be a Cole, I guess, Cole Paschal. For the fall of 20 is John Danny McClure. And last but certainly not least, the winner 2020 best in class is Donald Guerra.
In the words of the esteemed J.D. Watkins, diesel rules. Now y'all know if they let me stand here and talk in front of you, you're gonna make some noise. One thing we made sure of in the diesel class is we learned and we had fun. 44 years ago, my mother said, get out my house and go to your brother's shop for tearing everything up. And from that point on, I was a mechanic. Why did she send me to my brother's shop? Because when I was 5 years old, we had real Tonka toys. And my mom got me a Tonka truck for Christmas. My brother, in his divine wisdom, got me a set of tools. I proceeded to take my Tonka truck apart. I've been wrenching for a long time. But let me tell you something. The wrenching that I did, I told my students, I tell you what I do when I'm not at work, and when you graduate, there's an old saying, don't get a preacher the microphone. The wrenching that I did will never give me the satisfaction that I have gained in the last 16 and a half years, seeing young minds turn to the field that I love. The wrenching that I did never gave me the satisfaction of standing in front of you right now and seeing you sitting here, graduating, having completed your course. Lots of folks came before you and did not complete, but you made it. The people on this list, came in to get an education, and they far exceeded what they came in to do in the first place. I know them all. I've had them all in class, and it's a tough choice to choose between these people. When you're rushing in, you jump up out your seat and run down here because you want to be a part of this, and you leave your list on your desk. Then you turn around and run back in the building and get your list, and you leave it in your car. Thank God for Mr. Hegman. Fall of 20, please stand when I call your name, and I'm very proud of all of you. I want to say something about all of you, but I'm trying to be nice. Tiffany Roberts. Summer of 20, Timothy Palmer. Spring of 20, Cameron Brady. Winter of 20, my dude, Alexander Van Gorder. And fall of 19, it was a real pleasure to have this young man in my class because he argued with me about everything to make sure it was right. Anthony Santos.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Top Tech for automotive first. When I call your name, we're going to have you come on up to the stage. For the automotive, a Top Tech recipient, I mean, I don't know what to say about him other than he is everything you would hope to have as a student. I think he was everything his classmates hope to have as a classmate. He was a leader in my class. He took the initiative. You didn't have to say, hey, I need you to do this, or can you do this? He led by example. When people weren't following his example, he let them know that they weren't following his example and got them back on track. So he's done great things academically. He's done great things, and I'm going to end up giving him away here, with Skills USA, with the job he has. It's Sean Horton.
Let's see whose name is sitting under the podium. This person put up with two of the most difficult instructors in the building. first she had Mr. Wynn. Mr. Wynn came to me and said, if you do anything wrong with this person, I already gave it away, so we're gonna keep going. You do anything wrong with this person, they will let you know. If you're not teaching what they're supposed to know, watch that face, and that face will let you know. That was impressive enough, but when we hit the shop, this is a person that's dedicated to doing it perfectly. Dedicated to making sure those around her do it perfectly. Dedicated to making sure that she is the best at what she does. Cat's out the bag, so she's going across the table. Dedicated, motivated. May I present to you the Diesel Top Tech, Ms. Tiffany Roberts.
Thank you. And as you can see, these wonderful toolboxes, one here and another one over there, they will have the opportunity to pick these up at the school. So please come as soon as you can to get your toolboxes, or I'm going to use it. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Good job. Give a round of applause to these two gentlemen. For this next award, I'm gonna speak about the Teacher of the Year. Yes, Teacher of the Year. So, I was a teacher at one point for about 18 years, and I know the time and effort that it takes to put into being an educator. Mr. Jones alluded to that earlier when he spoke to this. The gentleman that is going to receive this award is sort of has a quiet presence to him. You see him there because of his size, but he doesn't make a lot of noise, but you feel his presence. The students feel his presence. The students know that he cares about them. He has their best interests at heart, and that he is going to do everything in his power to ensure that they are taught. And not only are they taught at a level of simplicity, but by the time that they leave his class, they feel like they have mastered the concept because of the time and effort that he continues to place in each and every one of them. I've heard so many great things about this individual since I started, and it was not surprising to me that he won this award. And I just want to provide some quotes to you about what the students said about him. One quote, he was the most informative. He actually took the time to make sure we understood the information. His class was fun, and we learned a lot. Another quote, great mentor, and will run through a lot of extra things to help currently employed in the field students better understand. I was going to read this one quote, but it has his name in it, so I'm going to skip that one. The last quote that I'll read, though, it says that he's probably one of the best instructors in the school. So, without further ado, I would like to call your Teacher of the Year up, and the Teacher of the Year is Mr. Martin Torres. disappoint the crowd. All right, this is amazing and surprising. I couldn't get up. I didn't want to get up. Anyway, totally not prepared. Not at all like I am in the classroom. Most of you know I don't shut up sometimes. But there's a saying that it takes a village to raise and educate our young. And I say that because in our JTech village, if you will, any one of my colleagues on any given day is doing whatever it is worthy of this. So I thank you, but any one of our instructors that you turned and you clapped to on any given day is doing work where they should all get one of this. So enjoy your day. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. Torres. Right now, I would like to introduce to you our commencement speaker. This gentleman's name is Chip Hanley. He's the Vice President of Customer Service at Customer Experience, at Ring Power. Now, I would go through a lengthy bio about Mr. Hanley, but if you do me one favor really quickly, you can read it all on your own. If you turn the program on the other side, there's his face and there's his bio. So I don't have to run through it. But what I can say is that in the short period of time that I've had to meet this gentleman, he's very humble. With all the experiences he's had, with all of the accolades, being a part of the U.S. Army, going to William & Mary, getting his Bachelor's of Arts in Economics. I have my Bachelor's of Science in Economics. Good company. The man has a wealth of knowledge, and most of all, he believes in JTech, which is most important. And he believes in our students. And he has been a part of the JTech family since its inception. So without further ado, I would like to call up Chip Hanley.
Well, I can say that that's the best introduction that I've ever received in my whole career. I think this is the first time I've ever spoken when I have a bio, so I've got to read that thing myself. You know what they say, don't believe your own press, right? So, welcome to the JTech commencement. When Greg called me up and asked me to be a part of this and described what this is going to be versus what it was supposed to be in June, and then it was postponed to September, and then the family said, we are not postponing this again, we are going to have a commencement. And to see the people in this room here, to hear about your achievements, I am absolutely blown away. So welcome to the graduates and the families and friends. Some people that preceded me on this stage have talked about, this is a commencement, it's a beginning, it's not an ending. I've heard this described as it is the end of the beginning. You have poured a ton of effort and sweat. Others that started with you, they didn't cross the finish line. They just ran into obstacles, but you have overcome those obstacles. I would like every graduate to stand up and turn around and holler thanks to the people that are back there that have helped you get here. So stand up, holler thanks. have helped you that are not here tonight. So before you go to sleep, I would like you to have someone take your picture and you text them, thank you, because without them, you would probably not be here tonight. You know, so just be grateful for the people that have helped you. This is such an incredible honor to be a part of this night. When I first met the Jones family, when they had acquired the Mercedes facility, and it was kind of a dream come true for our business, Ring Power Corporation, to have a post-technical school that trained technicians, pro technicians, but to be invited to be here for not just a commencement, but I mean, this is 6 quarters of graduates. Is that what it is? Man. And I just want to thank the Jones team for putting the family, for putting this together tonight, and for just committing to come to Northeast Florida to pour into this institution. I toured a week before last with Greg, took me around what you guys are doing at that school in terms of the investment, and I mean, I was pretty impressed the first tour there. I don't even recognize the place after Greg took me there, so I think the future is very bright. So briefly tonight, I want you all to imagine that we're going to get into a time machine and we're going to fly 5 years into the future. So we're arriving in 2025, and I want you to think about, in 2025, where are you going to be? I mean, the great thing is 2020 will be over. We will all be vaccinated. It will be back to the way it was. And nobody can even imagine that right now with all these masks and everything. So where are you going to be? Typically a career is 40 or 45 years. So 5 years from now, you're going to be halfway through the first quarter of your professional career. Where will you be? Most everybody out here already has a job. 5 years from now, most of you will be in a different job, or you may have changed jobs twice. Some of you left for the money and chased the money. Some of you wanted to find a better boss. Now we're in 2025, I'm looking back to this. Some of you are at Ring Power. In 2025, I am at the end of my fourth quarter of my working career, and so I am going to be retired, and hey, after tonight I may just be on the professional speaking circuit. Unfortunately, you guys all had to come here. I don't know that people would just show up to listen to me in 5 years from now, but maybe they will. So tonight I just want to leave you with a few nuggets to just take into this next 5 years. Nugget number one, and I think somebody just said this earlier from right here. Set a few goals. Don't have them in your head. Write them down. Your mind is not the friend you think it is. If you got it all up here, write those goals down. Set a few goals. Where do you want to be when you arrive in 2025? Do you want to be debt-free and already have paid off the things that are bills today? You can do that. Do you want to be, making good money? Visualize it. Write it down. Where do you want to be living? Where do you want to be working? So that's nugget number one. Nugget number 2, make wise choices. In 5 years, you're going to be the reflection of 2 things, I believe. One of those things is you're going to be a reflection of the 5 people in your life that you spent the most time with over this past 5 years. Remember, we're still in 2025 looking back. The people you hang out with, and then the other thing you're going to be a reflection of is how you spend your free time. After you're finished work, before you go to sleep, you've got some discretionary time. And most of us don't have much. But it's how you spend that time and who you hang out with. That's going to be a reflection of where you're going to be in 5 years from now. Nugget number 3. And when I was sharing with my wife, who is my biggest fan and my biggest coach, this nugget number 3, she said, you know, I don't know about that one because they may be offended. And I was like, well, that's okay, because if you offend them, they'll remember that nugget. I can't believe Chip said that. And then I thought, well, she's pretty smart, so let me just rephrase this nugget number 3. You know, you guys and ladies have learned so much, and you're in your career now. And you're going forward, and speakers have said, this is a commencement, it's a beginning. You're going to just be beginning to learn what you need to know next. So here's the quote. Look around, and if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Get around people that stretch and challenge you. And you can leave here and walk into so many rooms in this town and be the smartest one in the room. People will be coming, man, you're the graduate, you're the top tech, that's phenomenal. That's fine, celebrate, but just get out of the room and hang around some people that are smarter than you. And I just want to kind of close by saying you have made an incredibly smart career choice. It's worth what you poured into this. The trade or the professional technician, do you realize something? You will never be unemployed. Woo. You may not want to work, but you will not be unemployed. If you need a paycheck, America needs you. We need 10 times the number of people that are coming through the schools like Jones Technical. And this has been said from this podium tonight. I think Dion said it. You can go from here any place that you want from here. No, it wasn't. It wasn't you. It was somebody that you introduced. He was the guy that just got you all stirred up. He had a red mask to pull it down. Where'd he go? Yes, you said you could go anywhere from here you want to go. You can get into management. You could go into sales. You could be an independent contractor. You can own your own business. Isn't that pretty exciting that you are a place where you can go anywhere you want to go? Set some goals. Be wise about your choices of who you hang around with and how you spend your free time. You are building your own brand. We have groups of people come from Jones Technical, J-Tech, to Ring Power. And I get to, at least before I became customer experience manager, I was in the technical training side, and I got to hang out with you guys and see the eyes shining, looking at all this equipment, saying, man, it'd be cool to be on the Ring Power team. And I would say to those groups when they would let me, you are building your own brand. Your name is your brand. And the last nugget is you you are being interviewed every single day. Every day you're being interviewed. You know, I've been with Ring Power 32 years almost, and I've had 4 jobs with Ring Power. And I didn't apply for any of them. They just came up and said, hey, we would like you to, would you like to do this? I guess I got a choice. I could say, no, I quit. But this last time, it was a little bit surprising. You know, I just turned 62 years old, and they came September 1st, and they said, we want you to move and help our company in this way. Develop your own brand. Realize that people are watching you, and you're being interviewed every day. Show them what you got. Let your actions speak for you, not, you know, what you say about yourself. Interviewed every day. Get out of here tonight. Go make it happen. Congratulations.
On behalf of Jones Technical Institute, we would like to provide this to Chip Hanley. It says, it is not what we give, but what we share. In sincere appreciation and recognition of your time, all of us at Jones Technical Institute wish to express our gratitude for sharing your experience, strength, and hope with us. Thank you, sir. So, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Come on. Yeah, this is it. We're about to do the presentation of the candidates. I am pleased to announce that today we are conferring 145 occupational associate degrees. President Jones, please join me at the podium. Will the candidates who are receiving occupational associate degrees in automotive technology and diesel technology and a diploma in commercial truck driving please stand? Mr. Jones, it is my pleasure to present these candidates. They have met all of the requirements of the Institute and come to you with the recommendation of the faculty that you confer upon them the Occupational Associate's degree or a diploma in commercial truck driving with all of its rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
I'm now supposed to invite the photographer, Ronell Bryant, to the stage to take a group photo of graduates as they are standing. So if you'd like to come up while I finish conferring the degrees. Okay. Graduates, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Jones Technical Institute, and in accordance with the laws governing higher education in the state of Florida, it is my privilege to confer upon you the Occupational Associate degree or Diploma in Commercial Truck Driving with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Please move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the graduating class of 2020. Okay, graduates, if you'd like to please be seated. I'm going to invite Mr. Edgar Flores and Mr. Steve Hagman to the stage to announce the graduate names. Asking the ushers to take their places, please. Now, this is the point in time where I read you the Chamber of Commerce speech about these unprecedented times and an abundance of extreme caution and all of those things. So, to my graduates here, traditionally, you take a picture with me, we shake hands, we smile, we turn to the camera. We do that at this X on the stage. If you don't want to shake hands, you don't have to. If you don't want me to stand with you in the photograph, you don't have to. It's okay. Just let me know. I'm not going to be offended. But we would like for you to take a picture at least by yourself. So please, there's a little X on the stage. You can't see it. I can. Your photographer standing in front of you. Yes. So that's, as they read the names, you're going to walk across the stage. You're going to receive your diploma cover. It's just a nice letter in it from us to you. There's no diploma in it. The real diploma you have to pick up on campus. Okay, you don't want to carry that home with you. Ms. Hammond, I'm going to talk about the administrator in my closing remarks, if you don't mind. Okay. So with that being said, the ushers are in place. I'm going to ask the ushers to direct the first group of graduates to stand. Is it Mr. Torres? Mr. Torres is number one. Mr. Flores, Mr. Hagman, are you ready? Okay.
John Daniel McClure II, Automotive Technology with Honors.
Good job.
Dustin Eldrod, Diesel Technology with Honors. Jerry Pasquarello, Diesel Technology with Honors. Juan Casio Estrada, Diesel Technology with Honors. Cole T. Flora, Automotive Technology with Honors. Caleb Hardy, Diesel Technology. Mitchell E. Upner, Automotive Technology with Honors. Matthew Richard Gallup, Automotive Technology with Honors. Clinton L. Hatcher, Diesel Technology with Honors. Alexander Paul Van Gorder, Diesel Technology with Honors. There you go, my friend. Elizabeth Moore, Diesel Technology with Honors. Brandon K. Jennings, Diesel Technology with Honors. Austin J. Schroeder, Diesel Technology with Honors. Jordan Wayne Munger, Diesel Technology. Brandon T. Crane, Automotive Technology with honors. Cameron Kelly, Diesel Technology with honors. James Nelson Thornton, Diesel Technology with honors. Donald E. Guerra, Automotive Technology with honors. David Jimenez, Automotive Technology with honors. Austin Lee E. Byrne, Automotive Technology with honors. Arthur Miguel Fonville, Diesel Technology with honors. Davis Manyares, IV, Diesel Technology with honors. LaTroy Demir Washington, Diesel Technology with honors. Jessime D. McClocking Sr., Diesel Technology with honors. Robert Samuel Cook Jr., Automotive Technology with honors. Benjamin Steve Alvin Rednor, Diesel Technology with honors. Roel Celestino, Automotive Technology with honors. William Zachary Pate, Automotive Technology with honors.
Way to go, Zach.
Kevon William Smith, Diesel Technology with honors. Rebecca Uziochi, Diesel Technology with honors.
All right, Rebecca.
Jacob Dean Newman, Diesel Technology with honors. Connor James Coffey, Diesel Technology with honors. Patrick Gallup, Diesel Technology with honors. Booker Thomas Crawford III, Automotive Technology with honors. Blake Clifford Turner, Diesel Technology with honors. Patrick Brian Petty, Automotive Technology with honors. There you go, that's celebration. Angel Daniel Cacho, Automotive Technology with honors.
Charles Hall, Diesel Technology with honors. Austin Broston, Diesel Technology with honors. Ryan Alexander Holman, Automotive Technology with honors. Holman. Second check. Dion, Automotive Technology with honors. Sean Ranger, Diesel Technology with honors. Do you want me to read this one? Thomas P. Napoleon, Automotive Technology. This one. Ellis Green, 5th, Diesel Technology with honors.
Braden William Haldane, Diesel Technology with honors. Diego Bautista, Diesel Technology with honors. Edwin C. Amdahl IV, Diesel Technology with honors. Vincent Rossi Grimmage III, Diesel Technology with commercial truck driving. Cole A. Paschal, Automotive Technology with honors. Calvin Wheelis, Automotive Technology with honors. James Jr. Compier, Automotive Technology. Christopher D. Blocker, Automotive Technology. Christopher G. Rodriguez, Automotive Technology with honors. Travis Kyle Forrester, Diesel Technology. James Lee Doyle, Diesel Technology with honors. Timothy Adam Palmer, Diesel Technology with honors. Anthony Vincent Santos, Diesel Advanced Technology Education with honors and Diesel Technology with honors. Robert Allen Baco, Diesel Advanced Technology Education with honors. Samuel Black, Diesel Advanced Technology Education with honors. Scott C. Mewarder, Diesel Advanced Technology Education with honors. Okay, Scott C. Mewarder, Diesel Advanced Technology Education with honors. Robert Morgan, Diesel Technology with honors. Tiffany Page Roberts, Diesel Technology with honors. Top Tech. Demisha Nicole Gardner, Diesel Technology with honors. James Colby Chasteen, Diesel Technology with honors. Charles E. Wade Jr., Diesel Technology with honors. Damian Callan Robinson, Diesel Technology with honors. Nicholas Wayne Howard, Automotive Technology with honors. Jimmy L. Robinson, Diesel Technology. Zachary Constantine Bellin Jr., Automotive Technology. Eric A. Figgs Sr., Automotive Technology with honors. Christopher B. Irby, Automotive Technology with honors. Breslin Schroeder, Automotive Technology with honors. William Hamilton, Diesel Technology with Commercial Truck Driving with honors. Douglas Scott Manzone, Automotive Technology with honors. Sean Horton, Automotive Technology with honors, Top Tech. Richard Wingo Fonse, Automotive Technology with honors. Clint Jide Perrick, Automotive Technology with honors. Craig A. Farrell, Automotive Technology with honors. James Adam Milner, Automotive Technology with honors. Jeremy Hall, Automotive Technology with honors.
About time.
Wait for everyone to get seated again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's only a few more things to do tonight. I'm going to have you out of here in less than about 10 minutes, I promise. 10 minutes. With that being said, please join me in congratulating JTEC's class of 2020. As our graduates were walking across the stage, I heard no less than 10 thank yous and 10 God bless yous for hosting this evening. That doesn't fall light on me. It shouldn't fall light on any of you. So there's a couple things that I have to do in my closing remarks this evening, and that's one, I want to recognize two very important people to this evening's success. Two very important people to this evening's success. The first one, you all know her, you all love her. She's your dean. Dean Turnwall, please recognize and be celebrated. This was your commencement chairperson. Now, if you think putting on a commencement is difficult, you try to do it in 2020 with what we've been dealing with all through this year, what we've been going through together with our own graduates. How many of you, by raise of your hands, how many of you experienced the spring term 2020 where we tried to deliver education through distance? And how many of you want to do that again? All right. Second individual I want to recognize, I hope he's still sitting in the same place he was. I'm looking his direction. Our facilities manager, Jerry Mulbauer, the unsung hero. Jerry, are you around? There he is. Stand up, Jerry. There you go. Yep. That is the guy. He gets no accolades except for what I just gave him. And this day could not happen without him. It cannot happen without Shantae, and it cannot happen without Jerry. So I want to thank you both very much. All right, before I get into my close and I talk about the faculty and staff and administration of JTech, one last recognition. If you guys have made it thus far, this is the cool thing. This is the cool thing about being a commencement. If you've made it this far, then you love her. For all of the students that may not have made it, they may not think the same of her. I think very, very highly of her. And I couldn't do what I do. I couldn't be who I am. JTech would certainly not be what it is without our Vice President, Amy Elizabeth Hammond. Please stand up and be recognized. Okay. So, I promised you under 10 minutes, I'm going to make that deadline, ladies and gentlemen, I promise. If you notice in your program, we left out the Administrator of the Year Award. We did that on purpose. We did that on purpose because there's a number of our administration that could not be with us this evening. They could not be with us this evening. We miss them dearly. Hopefully most of them, if not all of them, are watching on Facebook Live, I think it is. You can tell how much I'm on Facebook. On Facebook Live, and they're hearing what I'm about to say. To do what JTech did in a year like this was next to impossible. It was next to impossible. To take a hands-on curriculum and ask that a faculty rise up, join together, and digitize a hands-on curriculum in 2 weeks was something, it was a miracle. What the students didn't know is that the faculty had one job, and they had to stay 1 week ahead of you. If they stayed 1 week ahead of you, we could complete the term, you could earn credits, and you could progress with your studies. I recognized the faculty earlier. I want to recognize it one more time. What you folks did in the spring of this year was nothing short of a miracle. I want to thank you all very, very much. I want to recognize the graduates for being cool. Cool. That's a silly word, I know. And I want to recognize our students during that time for being cool. Oh yeah, there was a couple of you that wanted to poke the bear and wanted to blame a worldwide pandemic somehow on Jones Technical Institute. But almost all of you were pretty darn cool. You guys understood. You guys were appreciative of the burden that we were carrying. You did your very best. That's all we could ask you to do. And we were able to put together our summer term and welcome you all back in the schoolhouse. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you, students, now graduates, for those of you who were with us in the spring of 2020. It was no easy feat. Lastly, my administration. My administration. group of individuals that continue to enroll, continue to award and disperse federal financial aid, veterans benefits, making sure that our veterans got their benefits. Those individuals that had to make a choice, just like our faculty did, just like our students did. They had to choose to participate in this. They had to choose to keep going. They keep choosing to keep going each and every day. We don't lose sight of that. So I'm going to get to the Administrator of the Year. The individual is not here with us tonight. I hope and pray that he is watching at home. So when you meet Walter Jennings Key, you meet a cool customer who knows how to put someone at ease. You're not sure if you're talking to a Southern Baptist minister. You're not sure if you're talking to a ball coach. You're not sure if you're talking to your good old Uncle Buddy. Maybe you're talking to all three. When I met Buddy Key, I was immediately comforted that there was an individual that would, whatever he did for us, was going to do with a steady and cool hand. You, our graduates, voted him overwhelmingly the Administrator of the Year. By a show of hands, would you guys, if Buddy Key had an impact on you while you were at JTech or after you graduated JTech, would you just raise your hand and show? Okay. I raise my hand with you. Each and every day he has an impact on me. Buddy, if you're out there, this one's for you, my man. I'm sorry you could not be with us tonight. But know that you are in our hearts. You are in our soul, buddy. We love and admire you. We can't wait for you to get back to the campus and keep doing what you love to do for the benefit of the fine people that are looking back at me this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I close with offering you the best tidings during this holiday season. As much love as you can harvest from your loved ones, I ask you, give it back tenfold. I ask you to appreciate your graduate this evening. And graduates, I'm going to demand one last thing out of you, is that you appreciate those people for which you would not be here this evening. Because they joined you on stage as you joined us on stage. I've got some housekeeping rules of the road. I'm going to ask Pastor McKenzie to join us once again for the benediction. I know he'll be brief. But once he finishes, that will be your mark in the rest of the room that is the closing of our ceremony this evening. I'm going to ask out of social responsibility that our crowd of guests take a lead from our ushers and exit the room in a way that, well, I guess in a way that the CDC, folks at the CDC would be proud of you for. Graduates, you're going to leave first. The academic processional led by our ushers will leave first. Please, guests, do not leave before our graduates, and once they leave the room, then you are invited to leave the room too in an orderly and safe fashion. It's been my pleasure to be with you all this evening. Thank you, graduates. Congratulations one last time, class of 2020. Here he is again, Pastor McKenzie, Hope Lutheran Church.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Jones. One of the things that God loves to do is bless people, receive his blessing as it's time. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look upon you with his favor and give you his peace. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And all of God's people said, Amen.
Hey, B.